Ohio ranks high in comparison to most states for manufacturing revenue and growth. The Mahoning Valley plays a big role with facilities in Trumbull, Mahoning, and Columbiana counties. This week, the Ohio Manufacturers Association is hosting a summit in Columbus to focus on the #1 issue manufacturers are dealing with across the state, finding and developing enough skilled workers. The association's president, Ryan Augsburger, joins me now to talk about that summit and the health of the Valley's manufacturing sector. Ryan, thank you for taking the time.
Good to be with you. Thank you for the focus on manufacturing.
Yes, Ohio's manufacturing workforce blueprint outlines that there are more than 680,000 manufacturing employees, and the sector makes up about roughly 15.5% of Ohio's GDP, and that was just according to the latest report that you provided. So there is an increasing need to find people like technicians, operators. Talk about the plan to find them and develop some of this talent in the state.
Well, so manufacturing remains Ohio's largest private sector by GDP, and so we're a growing industry, and we need people to grow with us. Everywhere we go across the state, our members are looking for labor. They're looking for associates to be part of the future manufacturing economy. There are great careers in manufacturing. And so at the Workforce Summit later this week, we're going to be highlighting the best practices and hearing from some of the best leaders in the state, and that includes the Mahoning Valley Manufacturers Coalition, which is the #1 organization in the country locally doing this type of workforce development.
And you have some data here. The manufacturing GDP rankings show Ohio brought in $133 billion in 2023. So it showed Ohio ranks 4th in the nation. Do you believe that number is still the same today, roughly?
Ohio is historically the 3rd largest manufacturing economy in the U.S. So only Texas and California usually have the ability to beat us. Those are just supersized states. Think of refining activity. A lot of that happens in Texas. That's manufacturing. So those are very large states. But Ohio has historically been #3. Since the pandemic, we've been bumping around a little bit with Illinois. But we know that we're going to retake, if we haven't already, our historic #3 ranking. And it's important to note that manufacturing is done here in the industrial Midwest, the Great Lakes region. This is where the United States makes great products, and Ohio is the hub of that region. Not Michigan, not Pennsylvania, Ohio.
Yeah, I'm going to bring back that map because we showed Northeast Ohio, especially. We've got about 653 manufacturing facilities here in the Mahoning Valley with an expected 35,000 annual job openings. Are any new jobs, you think, coming to these counties in addition to that? What have you been hearing?
You know, we're always interested in the big names and the attraction, in economic development with Jobs Ohio, and that's important. But day in and day out, it's your longtime manufacturing company that's always growing, and it's happening whether we see it or not. It's not as public. It's not as celebrated as it should be. But sure enough, that's happening day in and day out in Northeast Ohio and throughout our state.
Wondering how strong the Valley's manufacturing sector is right now, and if you're seeing any impact from the tariffs at this point in the year.
So manufacturing continues to be a growing industry. There's some confusion about that. Manufacturing has been growing throughout our state's history. Sure, during downturns, there might be a dip, but always manufacturing leads the way out of recessions. And so manufacturing has been growing well throughout our state. The tariff issue is something our members are interested in. There are some, it kind of cuts both ways. You have some manufacturers who say tariffs are helping. You have other manufacturers who say, I don't think tariffs are helping. So it's not an issue that we're advocating on at the State House, but our members are certainly working with their national organizations on some of the international trade and tariff issues.
All right, Ryan, thank you so much for giving us some of your time today. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank you.